Good morning, here are the developing stories. My name is Timile Falade. The daunting task before the incoming administration of the President-elect Bola Tinubu is how to unite the country as well as ensure the devolution of power. Former Governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Mimiko, who stated this, said Tinubu must carry through the ongoing economic reforms of the present administration, such as the cashless policy and the removal of subsidy on fuel. Mimiko spoke on the topic good governance and accountability, setting the agenda for Nigeria's incoming administration at a forum in Lagos. According to Mimiko, unlike the Muhammadu Buhari administration, the incoming government must ensure inclusiveness in appointments to various positions. He noted that the job of the next administration has been made easier on some knotty national issues in which national consensus has been built, such as state police, devolution of power, subsidy removal, among others. Mimiko also called for policy implementation that will ensure the creation of jobs for the unemployed youths, currently put at 40%. The Debt Management Office DMO says decades of operating budget deficits by successive governments is responsible for Nigeria's high debt profile. DMO Director General Patience Oniha, who made the statement, said a review of Nigeria's fiscal data shows that not only has the government operated budget deficits which have been growing, but most of the deficits have been funded through local and external borrowing. According to Oniha, the trend could have been avoided or at least moderated if revenues had been higher or expenditures lower. She tasked the incoming government of Bola Tinubu to take cognizance of the situation and prioritize increased revenue generation. Nigeria's debt profile stood at 42.25 trillion naira in December 2022, recording an increase of about 7 trillion naira from the 2021 debt figures. State governments have halted the plan by the federal government to cede the feeding and caring for inmates in custodial centers to states. The governments of Osrc in Ondo State, as well as his counterparts in Ogun, Gombe, Delta, Borno, Osrc, and Rivers, argued that the federal government should review the current revenue allocation formula to put them in a better financial position to shoulder the proposed responsibility. The states claimed that they were managing to survive and would not be able to shoulder additional responsibilities. The states gave their positions against the backdrop of Minister of Interior Rauf Aregbesol's statement that the federal government would stop feeding state offenders in custodial centers across the country from January 1, 2024. Aregbesola also said state governments must include the feeding of their inmates in federal facility in their budgets till they build their custodial centers. In a bid to curb nonchalant attitude to public hygiene and enhance a cleaner environment across the state, authorities have commissioned a dedicated magistrate court. Speaking at the event, the Chief Judge of the State, Justice Olusegun Odushola, explained that the judiciary has the capacity to influence environmental protection through enforcement of laid down rules and regulations. The report is presented from our studios.
In 2022, no fewer than 2,500 environmental cases were prosecuted in Akure, the Ondo State capital. It is therefore in a renewed bid to further clamp down on offenders and further give life to environmental laws as contained in public health law and bylaws that necessitated the establishment of the new magistrate court.
I'm commissioning this duty in the name of the Father, Amen, the Son, Amen, and the Holy Spirit.
Chief Judge of Ondo State, Justice Olusegun Odushola, said the judiciary can put residents on their toes by prescribing stringent punishment for lawbreakers and enforcing relevant rules and regulations. While commending Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu for his efforts aimed at evolving a neater Ondo State, the Chief Judge also noted that the court will assist the State Waste Management Authority ZX Global Alliance and other relevant agencies in discharging their assigned duties more effectively. Odishola equally called for a replication of the facility in the other two senatorial districts so that the Sunshine State can regain its enviable status as one of the cleanest throughout the Federation.
This is a clear manifestation of their commitment towards having a clean society and a disease-free environment in Ondo State, which no doubt the establishment of this court will enhance. I believe everyone here knows the importance of having a serene environment and our waste properly disposed. Our environment must be protected by law. Hence, there is need for more courts like this to be established. A strong, independent, transparent, and a well-resourced judiciary is imperative for protecting our environment and upholding the rule of law.
Ondo State Commissioner for Environment, Mr. Sunday Akinwalire, said the court will serve as a constant reminder that there are consequences for every action and inaction as far as the environment is concerned.
Send this signal to our people across the state that henceforth, since there is supposed to be court to treat offenders, they should be aware. Don't say that we are after you, we are doing this or that. So very effectively, once again, know that Ondo State will become very clear.
Representative of ZX Global Alliance, Mr. Toby Benjamin, and the General Manager, Ondo State Waste Management Authority, Mr. Adefola Omowole, described the birth of the Magistrate Court as a right intervention in the nick of time.
We want a situation whereby the state can make maximum use of these courts to actualize the goal of zero tolerance to indiscriminate dumping into canals, media separators, and other places.
If we really observe what has been happening in our environment, lately we have been seeing a lot of bastardization of the environmental quality that we used to have. And if we are going to arrest that, it is important for us to have a facility in place that will be able to properly adjudicate over environmental cases.
Other stakeholders have the belief that with the facility on ground, people are bound to do the needful so as not to face the wrath of the law.
The National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) says it has arrested 218 suspects with 5,100 kilograms of illicit drugs in Kaduna State. According to NDLEA Commandant in Kaduna, Ibrahim Braji, the suspects comprise 206 men and 12 women, stressing that the figure represents both drug dealers and users. The commander said the seized drugs included cannabis sativa, heroin, cocaine, tramadol, and other psychotropic substances. He added that the command has so far prosecuted and secured conviction of 25 offenders, while advising parents to be vigilant and monitor their words to protect them from being involved in drug abuse. Braji urged citizens to contribute towards building a drug-free society for sustainable social and economic development. Troops from 21 Armored Brigade Bama have uncovered an underground armory belonging to Islamic State West African Province in Sambisa Forest, Borno State. The troops discovered the armory with arms and ammunition when they invaded Ukuba camp in the fringes of Bama local government area of the state as part of ongoing counter-terrorist operation. Several variants of rocket-propelled grenade tubes, SMG rifles, double-barrel guns, 50 hand grenades, among others, were recovered from the armory. Nigerian Army sources said the troops successfully evacuated the arms dug up from the forest after clearing the general area. And now to sports. The race for the Nigeria Premier Football League (NPFL) hots up today with Sancho Stars Football Club tackling Rivers United at the Adokiye Amilse Stadium, Port Harcourt. Rivers United are currently second at the NPFL Group B log with 27 points from 15 matches, while Sancho Stars, after 16 games, are 3 points adrift